There it is.
Starting right now, yeah.
Well, hello there, people.
The dream
And
is
my head
live.
cut off.
So yeah, I've set up this overhead sort of cam. It's a bit flimsy on the garden cane.
Yeah.
But it'll let you see what I'm doing. So
Well,
look,
yeah, that Marvel Superheroes issues 12 through 20 are pretty significant. If you own all of them, that's a significant run to have.
Kyle, count the pages with me, right? Because I'm struggling here. So look, 1, and it's handily numbered. The artist has handily numbered, so I know that that's page number 2 and that's number 3, right, on the story page. So I know there's nothing in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's fine because that goes to there. 9.
I'm wondering how you come up with an odd number.
11, 12, 13, and that says that's the end. I'm pretty sure that's the end, and then that's the start. So that's 14, 15, 16, 17. The end. 18, unless there's an page there missing. 9. Shit, 18 was that? Was that 19? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, the end. I think
well, then that's a 54-page book. That's probably full.
Hey?
That makes that a 54-page book, so that's probably full.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, I can't find a missing story page, so if there is a page missing, it's a double advert.
No, 54 sounds about right for a book like that. But yeah, page count on those. I was wondering how you got an odd number. You were just counting individual pages. But, I mean, like on a 22-page common, you get 11 pages. So if that's a 54-page book, which makes sense they would be. But at one point or another, I've always wanted to have Marvel Superheroes 12 through 18, and I've owned all of them, just not at the same time. And now I'm not even going to try it. I got 18 and 20, and I'm happy.
Well.
And I had several of those issues at my fingertips up there, but I'm not going to fight upstairs for a while.
Oh, these are not what I thought they were. There's something else.
I just figure if there's a way you can just look up the page count on Marvel Superheroes. Do we even have an audience yet?
I'm going to trust that we're okay, because I couldn't find a missing page. I'm going to trust that we're okay.
But yeah, that's one of the weaker issues of the run, but it's still pretty awesome. The only bad one of the run really isn't that bad. It's just that American Eagle one.
Do you know what? I'm still getting... Are you getting any kind of an echo? Because I am.
No.
Let me just try one thing.
Did it just start happening when I came on? Or was it happening before?
I've had it all show long, but
okay.
I think what I need to do is potentially silence one of these, but I don't think I can.
I grabbed out a stack of books, but I looked right past my Marvel Superheroes when I flipped through
them. Talk again, Kyle. I'm going to mute both of my things and see what happens.
I mean, I'm surprised, like right up when I came on with you guys before we went live, I had an Army helicopter zip right over my head, but I didn't figure that it cut much out.
Right, it could be me. Let me think. If I mute that.
You got the button flip for like, or your setting set for like shutting off auto echo or whatever.
Let's try this. Can you hear me now?
I hear you just the same as always.
No, I'm definitely getting a double and I don't know why. If anybody's watching the show, can you tell us in the comments if you're getting some kind of double feedback echo?
Yeah, so
Please.
far I don't see anybody popping up in the thread, and I figure Bill will pop on. Hopefully Mark will pop on, but you know, he's still tooling around Germany. And I got a stack of Golden Age books in there just randomly, but
so I've been carrying on with the mission of getting the stacks done, the piles, Kyle's piles.
yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now.
No echo
So
on my end.
Here,
we left open 2 windows on your app. Yeah, we're not hearing any echo at all.
No echo. Oh, good. In that case, it could. Yeah, it's open as 2 windows because I have to have 2 windows open, one for this camera above me and one for the camera in front of me.
That just might give you a little feedback on your end, but it's not showing up to us at all.
Ah, okay. So that's fine then.
Yeah.
That's as long as it's not spoiling the show. That's fine.
Yeah. So can you rattle off the significance of those Marvel superhero issues?
Well, I know there's Doctor Doom in 20.
Yeah.
There's a Captain Marvel, isn't there, in about number 12?
Yep.
And I've got a feeling that number 10 might be something. Is it Black Knight?
No, 10's the reprint stuff still.
Is the Black Knight one of them?
Black Knight's 15 or 16 or 15, 16, 17, or 19. $13 is first appearance of Carol Danvers. 14,
right.
14's a really great Spider-Man. Like 15's Phantom Eagle, I think. And like 16's Black Knight. I think you're holding 17. I think 17's the Medusa one.
This is an Avengers number 40.
Nice. 18's the first Guardians of the Galaxy. 19's Kazar. And then 20's the first solo Doctor Doom. And then it goes back to reprints. So it starts as reprints in a smaller size. And then, or no, that's not a smaller size. It starts as reprints. And then it does like 9 original books. And then it goes right back to reprints. And there's reprints in the back of all of the newer ones. It's just one new story up front. But some pretty big new stories. You know, when you got the introduction of Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the first solo Doom in that. Some pretty impressive stuff. I don't know what Bill's doing. Bill said, you know, who's all coming on with us, and then Bill's 10 minutes late or whatever. I guess.
He said he was going to be late.
Yeah, I figure he's got a few bodies in there with him. Like I said, I'd love to see Mark, but, you know, he's on the road up in the hills. And
good news about your medical situation?
Yeah. Basically, no news is good news. And then the dumb shit, I was thinking of this the other day. You know, when you're young, you just live in the moment because you have forever. You know, you don't really think about it. Hi, Kenneth. How are you, buddy? When you're young, you live in the moment. You got forever. It doesn't really matter. Then you just start living for your kids or whatever. But when this started happening, I started living in like 3 to 6 month increments. Just, it gets weird. My peaks and valleys, which could be spread out over years and things like that. You know, I have a run of good years, a run of bad years or whatever, and it can go up and down. Now I'm in a 6-month cycle of, well, is it going to be bad news in this round of tests? And sitting in there with my wife, because she gets confused when I explain to her all these things these doctors have told me. Because the position I'm in, I'm either perfectly fine or I'm absolutely fucked, and there's no in between. There's absolutely no in between. As long as this is dormant, I'm perfectly fine. Run down, healing, exhausting, whatever. But if it sprouts, I'm fucked. One step forward and I'm stage 4 aggressive. And I can't go backwards, so I'm just muddling it stage 3C.
Right, wants me to be over there. Oh, it's a bit tricky. Yeah.
I can be great, just be going along great, and everything's fine, and my numbers are reasonable. But when it jumps, it's just going to jump through the roof. I can teach you something about that one.
What's that one?
Well, it's got the diamond up there, but that's not a Whitman diamond. That's a direct market diamond.
That's a what?
That's a direct market diamond. That's when the direct market started up.
Yeah, the Whitman one is, see, that one's got, it's wider than it is tall, and the Whitman is the same both ways. So Whitman's actually a square.
Yep, Whitman's just a turn square. That's the way to discern it. I mean, in timelines too, because like the direct market, Marvel did 3 direct market books, and it was Micronauts, Kazar, and God damn it, why am I thinking Dazzler? But I think that's wrong.
Look at that, Kyle. See that?
Crisp.
No.
Oh, nice big. That's a printing defect.
That's a printing defect, exactly, because there's no way that someone could have caused that.
Yeah, that's just a printing defect.
Yeah, but even though it is, it still affects
and the book's intact, so that doesn't affect it at all.
Oh, it does.
It doesn't. If it doesn't affect the story or anything, that's just a mild printing defect. It doesn't affect anything.
Well, if it was not for that, I would grade that near mint, but I'm going to put it as a very fine because of that.
Okay, but I'm telling you, if it's a printing defect that does not affect the story on the interior, it does not matter.
Well,
at all.
Okay, I have a different opinion on that in terms of what I think I interpret CGC's rules as, because I interpret them as saying if it affected the majority or a very large number of books, then you ignore it. But this is a one-off.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they come off the roller press, but it's just, it doesn't hurt it. If it crimped any panel in the story, it'd affect the story, and therefore it'd be a major defect. So that's the killer with those. Those printing things are either minor to no defect or major, and that's another one. There's no in between. There's no interpreting it. If it affects the story, it's a major defect. But minor printing defects, hell, you can cut it can be centered enough where it cuts part of the top off or cuts part of the edge off, and as long as it's crisp and clean, it's still fine. There's just gradations of it. I don't know. I talk to people about possibly becoming a book grader. There's Bill.
Howdy.
I talk to people about being a possible grader. I wouldn't do it. It'd just be too time consuming, and it'd suck the fun out of it for me. Even though that's pretty well gone anyway.
You don't need that much bullshit in your life right now.
Nope.
So what's going on, fellas? What's the good word?
Hummingbird.
Splat cam going on, Bill.
A splat down?
The splat cam.
Splat cam.
That has a different meaning.
Splat cam.
In pornos, that's the money shot camera.
Yes.
Well, that's a nice.
Yes, it is. It also has a shield on it.
How many can you grade per hour, Darren? Per gray?
It depends. Okay, so when it comes to old stuff needs every page check-in, sometimes notes writing. The damage on it is very different to damage on modern books. So you need to have a really good look for things like missing marble stamps, calling in, crosswords done, stuff like that. That's slow work. So that's probably 20 an hour.
That
But when
sounds
it comes
about
to
right.
modern stuff,
Yeah, I would think about every 4 minutes.
on modern books, when they're predominantly near mint or very fine, so you're not having to write a lot of notes, you're just putting the label on. You don't have to check every inside page because it's not commercially viable to check every page on a $2 book. You can get through 100 an hour.
Yeah, I would think that. That's about what I can do here.
Well, I figure since I brought some down, I'll do show and tell while he's grading. I brought down. I was going to grab a couple of Golden Age books that I was thinking of, and I think I creep into the Atomic Age, maybe even the early Silver. But Gray, are you around to blow me up or no?
He's watching football, so I'd be surprised if he's around.
He's watching porn with his dad.
Still one of my favoriteest books ever.
Is that a German World's Finest?
Basically, or a Dutch World's Finest. Oh, there's the date.
Oh, he's here.
Gotcha.
1950.
Wow.
And now this is a 1965.
Is that comic black and white interior?
No, it's color.
What's color?
Yeah. This is from, according to the cover, 1965, but it's Batman 167.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
That's nice.
Ladderlappen.
Now is that German?
Norway.
Norway again.
And then, yeah, since I ain't got many. Why'd I shrink again? Why'd I shrink again, Graham?
Because you're getting older.
Well, yeah, I think I shrank 2 inches because of that. But I just want these to be able to be seen. Blow me up again. Are you there?
Blow me up, please. Like your favorite doll.
Oh, yeah.
Blow her up. Blow up.
There's
Look
a
at
beauty.
that. Is that an FF? Is that a Fantastic Four, Darren? Or is that?
Oh no,
that?
so it's a funny stuff. I'm doing an Avengers right now.
Oh wow! When did you get that?
Oh, this
Funny
is all in the
stuff
file.
number 1. I've had that for a while.
Wow.
Funny
Got a
stuff,
few
number
tips
1.
and shading and defects, but still nice and tight. Wartime book.
With the 3 Musketeers.
Yep.
Now, my favorite
by
book.
who?
I think that's Shelley Mare.
It is. It wasn't. I wasn't asked. I was asking just quizzing.
Anybody remember this?
No.
This, at the moment, this is my favorite comic of all. Make the tape go away. Get it out of this Mylar. You ready to be blown away, Darren?
Yeah.
Takes a lot to blow him away.
Simple Golden Age crime comic, right?
Yeah.
Nope. It's the Canadian print of Marvel Mystery Comics 87.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Who'd have thunk?
With an original Human Torch, an original Submariner story.
Wow.
But intentional, not an error.
Yeah, intentional. A Blonde Phantom story.
Wow.
And then what makes it different from Marvel Mystery 87 are the final 4 pages.
Crime story.
Models for Murder is a
Yep.
crime story instead of the Abbas and Cap story that came in Marvel Mystery 87.
Wow.
This is Models for Murder, and it's a different paper cover.
Wow.
But it was printed at the exact same month and distributed exactly the same as Marvel Mystery 87.
And what country did that come out in?
Canada.
Oh.
Just to save money, so they didn't have to pay for the cover and they didn't have to pay for like the extra story. 3/4 of it is pure. That's a 1947 Human Torch Subby and Blonde Phantom story. But and those are extremely rare. Here's another fun one.
New Funnies.
New Funny 78. And it's in the single staple wartime. As politically incorrect as it gets.
Little 8-ball. Yeah, that's bad.
And then there's issue 98, again, wartime, with Little 8-Ball. One of my favorite King comics.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Barely made it into the wartime. This is 1945, but barely makes it into the wartime because it's July. You know, it's covered dated September, but it's a July issue from 45. Pop's Eye. And Doll Man.
Feature Comics.
Oh, man. Against Magog, who was the villain in what? Kingdom
I
Come.
don't even know.
Kingdom Come.
Oh, yeah. Little Captain and the
Baby,
Kids
baby.
from 1943. This, ironically enough, they were doing double staples at the smallest company. My favorite Golden Age comic that's wartime. Super Rabbit. Addition to that, 1944. Single staple.
We might have to talk on some of these, Kyle, if you're willing to let some of these go.
Single staple. I'm willing to let everything go. I'm to that point where I'm willing to let everything go. Now, this is a beater copy, but it's got one of Kurtzman's first Hey Looks in it.
Well, and you know who did the cover, right?
What, Alpago, right?
Nope.
It's not a Kurtzman cover.
Just died 2 years ago at the age of 102.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who is it?
I just sent that Matt link the other day.
I know you know who it is. Who is it? Yeah, Jaffe. Exactly.
Yeah, I just sent that Mad link the other day. Stan Lee's famous creations. I think this is 1946, but again, look at the little bit of a nick there, little bit of wear there. But
well,
a kid's comic.
if I'm not mistaken, it was Stan Lee and Al Jaffe.
Yeah,
Jaffe co-created it with them.
But yeah, kids comic from 1946, nice and tidy.
Those are nice.
Another favorite.
The Guilt of Nancy Craig.
I love this. It's a 1949 Marvel Bullet. It's during the Atlas time, but there's a Marvel Bullet on it.
Well, no. There's still crossover at that point.
Yeah, very little, but
wasn't until early 51 that they disappeared completely.
Yeah.
Oh, Little Iodine. That's nice.
Issue number 1.
Is that 4-color one or?
Nope. It's Little Iodine number 1.
Wow. So you know the movie has been lost to time, but do you know who played Little Iodine's mother in the movie?
Who played her?
Irene Ryan, aka Granny from Beverly
Granny
Hillbillies. Yeah.
Hillbillies, yeah. This is technically a Marvel comic. That's not a Marvel comic. That's a superhero comic. That's not a superhero comic. It's one of their side printings. It's one of the side companies owned by Marvel. And the superheroes kind of, yeah.
Wasn't Blue Bolt a character at one time, though?
It's Joe Simon. Yeah, Blue Bolt. There's not real superhero stuff in this, but like Dick Cole.
Blue Bolt has basically became who they call Blue Marvel, I believe, except Blue Marvel's black.
July of 1944 with Dick Cole, Wonder Boy.
Dick Cole?
Dick
Did
Cole.
you say Dick Hole?
It's Dick Cole, but it looks like it says Dickel.
Dick Cole.
Yeah, look at that paper cover. Not bad, huh? For 1944.
Okay, he was cartoonist on that back page.
It looks like little Abner stuff, so that'd be
no. It's CC back.
It's CC back. It says it right there.
Yep. CC.
There's 1944 CC back.
Well, wait. Let's look at the back cover again, real quick. Show it to me one more time.
Rod Reed and CC back.
Wow, that's crazy. I've never seen them get credit on the ad before. Yeah, it is CC back. Well, I said it was CC back in the first place, but I didn't see it written there.
There's Milt Hammer. There's no credit on this one. I'm trying to remember who did art in this. I think Burgos, Simon and Burgos are in this because this is a Simon side thing.
Remember that great band from the 60s, Simon and Burgos Finkel? They are so good.
Blue Bolt the American.
That was a Kyle joke. You should have laughed.
Yeah.
Blue Bolt.
But yeah, there's all Blue Bolt, but he's not in uniform.
Hi, Mom.
At all.
Hey, Janet.
Lots of Blue Bolt, but he's not in uniform at all. Now, 1944 baseball. Since the English guys are on here, I didn't bring down my 1947 Satchel Paige comic, but that's another great one and rare. Old Cap Hawkins, Sniffy the Pup, original.
Sniffy the Butt? Oh, Sniffy
Fearless
the Pup.
Fellers, Buy 'em War Bonds, Sniffy the Butt. Yep.
Buy War Bonds.
All right, a couple more, and then I'll get these inside so I can go back to smoking. But yeah, all decent condition except for one, and even that's a beaut. How about Little Aspirin #1? Another 1949 Marvel bullet with a date written on it, 3/11/49. Little Aspirin #1 with a bullet. Again, probably with the spine roll and stuff like that going on here, but it's fully intact. Probably a 2.5. Oh, let me look at these real quick before I get too shaky. Comic Vet, what's up, Vet? And then the last but not least, a prize publication, Prize Comics Western. You know why I treasure this so much?
Dusty Balloon.
That is a 1948 date stamp. That's the oldest date stamp comic I got. All right, you can shrink me again. That's all I brought down. But there's some how do you do's. Do they cure headaches? Yeah, Little Aspirin's kind of pill and gives a headache. Not a bad stack of comics, huh, Bill? Who done disappeared?
He's run off.
Yeah. What do you think, Darren? Are those kind of pretty?
Very nice, very nice.
And just random stackings in particular boxes. I had a stack of foreign Batmans that's sitting there, but I only grabbed one.
Oh man, that's rough.
Music to Bill's ears. They're all for sale. Is that a whodunit? Or unknown? That's got some gloss on it.
Well, it has, but
Oh,
there's a staple there
yeah.
that's been added. There's some tape along
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and another staple.
And at first, I thought that was like a late 50s print of it, but yeah, 12 cent. That's mid 60s.
Yeah, 66.
So, what'd you think of my little stack of books, Bill?
I was very impressed. So I want to buy them from you.
Okay. Well, if it's any consolation, I want to sell them to you.
That consoles me quite a bit.
There ain't one of them. I've had them long enough. You know, they can go to another home. But
Good.
If
We have a
you
ton
are
of those in
planning
the store, Darren.
if you're planning to buy anything from Kal-El, Bill,
Yes.
there could be a good route here where I sell Kyle Stapp to you,
I know. We discussed this. Yes.
and then you use Kyle Stapp to trade with him.
Yes.
That
Yes.
ends up with you two happy and me happy because I've got cash.
So you have cash and not comics, which you don't want.
Yeah.
yep.
We have a ton of those in the store, Darren. Adventures
what?
into the Unknown.
10 copies of this comic.
No. We have a ton of
Ton.
different Adventures in the Unknown. Yeah.
Yeah, when the editor of that died, when the editor of ACG died, he had an estate sale, and they cleaned out his desk, and he had editor's proofs and all kind of shit.
Wow.
And there, I got a hold of a few of them. There's still some hanging up on my wall. Proof sheets, black and white.
You don't have anything. You don't have anything like that from Herbie, do you?
No Herbie, but I got like a Nemesis correction page.
Oh, that's cool.
And a couple of photo negatives. And
That's
I
cool.
turned Mark onto it. I turned the guys onto it until they cleaned the guy out. The guy that got it for dirt cheap. He got basically a trunk full of stuff for a couple $100, and he made his money back immediately. And then he
5
just been
seconds
selling
later.
it off like $5-10 at a time.
Crap.
But it's just painfully unique. But they're all editorial things for corrections.
Yeah.
It's not original art. It's photo stats and photo negatives.
Yeah.
I used to have a lot of production stuff. I let go of most of it. I had the production color pages. I had 16 production color pages from Daredevil Annual 4, 1976, with Subby and Black Panther. And it was all the color guide pages. I passed that on to Mark.
Oh, those are in nice shape.
Which way do we go? That way?
That way, yeah.
That boggles my mind how inexpensive those are for what was in them.
Well, because nobody knows about them.
Well, I mean, they were mass produced. There's some really good artists in there, but it's a lot of Bible thumping.
No, it's not that much. It's not that much Bible.
It's not
considering
severe,
it was put
but
out
it's
by the
there.
Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Well, it's there, but it was in regular comics in the 60s also. So it's not.
But yeah, that gets swept by the wayside. Even though, like I said, it has good artists in it. It has good writers in it.
Joe Sinnott did an awful lot of the art. Joe Sinnott was a good Catholic. It has Dick Giordano art, I believe. They paid good rates, and it was all relatively simple stuff to draw.
And the mind-boggling thing is, you can get those all around the place for like $5. They're scattered, but every one I've ever seen has been $5 or less,
Well, the
and
ones that
yet
are
they're
real,
really good.
the ones that are really rare are there were a few that had horror covers,
Yeah,
and in the early '70s, and like Hound of the Baskervilles, almost kind of thing with Barnabas Collins kind of characters,
yeah.
or Dark Shadows kind of characters, which was very so I didn't even know about those until later. But you know the comic itself, I believe, ran until the late '70s, Kyle, early '80s, late
Early
'70s,
'80s, I think.
early '80s, yeah.
Yeah, early '50s to early '80s. I think it ran for like 32 years or something.
I've gotten a few of those in the collection I bought, but not a whole. Well, but then Patrick was Catholic, so it
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me.
Well, and the Catholic Guild they'd have their own printing press, and then with a lot of these,
What does that sticker say, Darren? Can we see it? No, the other sticker, the bottom
Right,
one.
this is a
Good.
technical question coming for you boys, right? So let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Do you see here where my
Yeah,
finger is?
yeah.
There's like a scratch, and the scratch has there's no tear through the cover, but it's taken off the top layer of the cover. It's like taking away the color, taking away the lacquer or the
Okay,
gloss, right?
that's
As
because
if
they were mailed. They were mailed in brown wrappers, and when they took the wrapper off, it sometimes would rip the cover like that.
Yep.
like a price sticker coming off, ripping the cover
Yeah.
off,
Well,
right?
yeah, except it
It's
was
the glue.
it was the length of the length of the comic.
Right, but that's not my question.
Yeah.
We've correctly identified what it is, how to describe it, like in many words. What's the technical name for it? I don't know, and I'm asking you because I want to write it on the label. I thought.
I would call it.
Well,
I would call it a mailing cover mistake or mailing
oh
cover.
no. I want a generic term. If it's a price sticker, or it's a coffee cup that pulled off, or if it's a mailing thing,
It's
cover deglossed, cover delaminated, something like that.
Mailing cover is what it was.
Yeah,
No, forget
basic
mailing.
Mailing
Nothing to do with mailing.
Well, that's what it
If
was.
you rip something, and it tears the top strip off, what would you call that?
oh, that's a glue pull.
Glue pull, yeah, glue pull, yeah,
That's like that's like a manila
Yeah.
envelope glue pull.
But
It wasn't even an envelope. It was just a.
forget totally what caused it. Let's say you don't know what caused it.
Adhesive pool.
Adhesive pull.
Yeah, but you've just got adhesive. You don't know what caused it. It could have been coffee.
I'd say adhesive
coffee
tear.
cup.
Well, it's
Now
to
forget
me. It's
adhesive. Right.
Yeah,
So
Mark's got it. You can call it a color pull.
just call it a color pull.
Right.
And be
Okay.
done with
Color
it.
pull. Right. That's what I'm looking for.
Thank you,
I've
Mark.
got it. Cover scuff.
We would have been here for another hour, Mark, if you hadn't said that. With us saying everything wrong that Darren wants us to tell him.
And then they'd also mail those out. Another thing about the Catholic Guild or the Spire comics or stuff. If you see them with no price on them,
better. I think we should go with Gray's. Gray's reason.
Residue bumholery.
I love that.
But if you see a Spire comic or a Catholic Guild comic with no price on the cover, it's because it was shipped to a church.
Here's one for Mark. So I've just graded Mark. Look at the grade I gave it.
Near mint.
Near mint. That's nice.
That is nice. An absolute cracker. It's in your pile, Mark, obviously.
In the Mark pile?
Yep.
The land of the witch queen.
Was there a price on that treasure chest?
No.
Yeah, so that wasn't newsstand distributed.
Oh, there is?
Yep.
What's the price?
If there's a price on it, it was newsstand.
What's the price, Darren?
10 cents.
10 cents US.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 cents.
Printed on the cover.
So that was a newsstand.
The 12 cent and up are on glossy.
Kyle, if I'm not mistaken, they all had price tags on them because that would have been a subscription one, and they still had prices on them.
Yeah, but they'd print thousands for free and ship them to churches. When you don't, I'm just saying, when you don't see a price on
They
it,
didn't, but Spire did.
I've got a half dozen Spires got no price on them.
Right. Those are right. You're right about those.
Yeah,
They didn't
and they
do
did the
those with the
same.
Catholic
Catholic
Guild
Guild
ones.
did the same with theirs.
I don't think so. At
So,
least I've never seen them.
yeah, there's
Yes, we can reinvent the names of all comic terms that have
and
our
then
that are our own. Yes, Gray.
like the twin Classics Illustrated. If you don't see a price on a Classics Illustrated, there's a good chance it's like a third print that was shipped directly to a school
Or a
free.
library.
Or a library. They ship them for free. They
Yeah.
sell 5, give away 1 or something. They had a process on that, but no price on one of those tends to mean it went through a school
Oh wait,
or a library.
look, Kyle. He has one of those porn ones. It's a Flesh Gordon.
Flesh Gordon.
You wish.
No, that's actually Darren. That was actually a movie in the early '70s, and it was a parody. It was a parody of Flash Gordon, and they rode around in a penis-looking spaceship. Do you remember that, Kyle? Of course you do.
Yeah. Yeah. And on Mongo, they're hiding behind the green door waiting for Deep Throat to come out.
You're so stupid. That's true, though. Look what boyish hands Darren has. Look at that. Why is your pinky crooked? Oh, it's a shadow.
crooked.
Never mind. It's not. It was the shadow.
Show me your hammers.
Look how dainty those hands look. I mean, they're much
Like a
bigger
piano.
than Trump's. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some dainty hands for you. I made a nurse queasy the other day, yesterday, showing her that.
Yeah, you're scaring me now. Ugh.
Where they sewed my finger back on.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Kyle.
Comic graders should have delicate hands. It's delicate work.
It is.
Because you know what happens when the webbing of your finger gets cut right here, don't you, Bill? The finger just goes like that and dangles.
Yeah.
I can look down my hand. I made a nurse queasy yesterday telling her about that.
Dude, you're so nuts. I love that, but
pushed my hand back together like that, stuck it against my stomach, tore my shirt off, wrapped my t-shirt around it, got in the back of my Humvee.
Mark, that's not a stretch these days. CG, and the book you guys know that I parted with this week is getting the CGC treatment, and I wish it was getting CBCS, quite frankly. But so did we discuss Banana Gate last week?
Yeah, enough to know. They're going to keep doing that forever. They're going to keep trying to find new ways to get them, and it's a trial and error process. No matter how you vacuum seal it, you got to have a soft plastic.
And that's true. But CBCS's value Bill is a dork. Oh, thank you, thank you so much.
There you
That's
go.
the rare Bill is a dork cover. Why am I a dork? What have I done now?
Like CGC has better.
So if you'd had any cover damage there, that would have been a dork fool. Okay.
yeah.
Which means something else in some languages, but we won't go there.
Yeah. But like CGC was known to have better UV protections, better air seal protection, and CBCS seemed to be sturdier,
Right, correct.
And they're just trying to find. It's going to take forever to find the right thing because we can never have them properly sealed. The way they need to be sealed is like the way that the Declaration of Independence and stuff is sealed, like vacuum sealed behind UV glass, but you can't vacuum seal behind UV glass and then stick it away. That's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
What movie is that?
Flash Gordon.
Oh, Flash. You mean Flash?
The 1980.
Oh. Yeah.
What'd Sam Jones do before he was an actor?
He was a football player.
What'd he do before that?
He was a college student.
He was a Marine.
Oh, I knew that. That's right. You know, I met him last year at Comic-Con. Not this year's Comic-Con, but last year's Comic-Con. And nicest guy in the world. Super nice. Just, you know, great guy. And he and my friend Eric Bailey are good pals. In fact, Sam just moved somewhat recently to Arkansas.
Oh, I was gonna say he was in Texas, wasn't he?
No, I don't think so.
No, he was somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But Sam Jones's best movie, take my word for it, My Chauffeur. My Chauffeur is Sam Jones's best movie. And Debbie Foreman from Valley Girl, oh my God. You will almost not stop laughing that entire movie.
So, you know, was he the chauffeur?
No.
Sam Jones?
No. He's E.G. Marshall's rich kid.
Oh, okay. Because
it's so brilliant. It's just brilliant. And there's a British guy in there named Catfight that's Leland Crooks. Is so goddamn funny and quotable. That is the most quotable movie I have ever seen. So
wow.
That's one I can never recommend enough. If you see My Chauffeur, get it, watch it.
And he, I will say this, his pilot that became a movie of the week for The Spirit was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, Repo Man. Repo Man.
Uh-oh, Gray's here. We got to behave now.
Repo Man's the punk movie.
Hi, Dad.
If you want a punk movie, watch Repo Man.
To assassinate.
Well, it's like the most.
With Emilio Estevez.
What the hell are you doing, Gray?
What's up?
I go. What? I hear you in the background on something. What is that?
Oh, it's telly on. That's got telly on. That's all. It's football on.
Oh, it sounded like
half
you.
time.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's half time.
Okay, I got you.
Wherever it is.
So what's going on, Gray?
And UNICEF is here.
1-0 at half time.
UNICEF.
What's that?
It's 1-1 at half time.
Oh, wow.
But which team's winning?
For which team?
No, neither team's winning.
No, I mean in terms of like possession and attacks on goal.
They've had more possession than us. They've had more possession.
Who's us? Are you West Ham?
Yeah.
Who are you playing? Chelsea?
No, Liverpool. We got our asses kicked by Chelsea.
Big game.
We lost 3-0 against Chelsea at the weekend. You found your Classics Comics Illustrated yet, Darren?
Have I done what, mate?
Have you found your Classics Comics Illustrated yet?
Oh no, I haven't. I've got 3 short boxes full of them.
Really? Wow.
Maybe even.
Did you get them? Must have bought them recently then. Did you buy them after the shop?
Let's be honest. That's the only way that Gray is ever going to read the classics. Is the comic book version.
There was one particular one he was after. I can't remember which one it was.
For whom the bell tolls. I'm kidding.
Hey, Bill. Speaking of books / movies, I'm gonna give you some trivia here and see if you can answer this since you know movies so well. William Peter Blatty wrote a trilogy, the Blatty trilogy. The first one was Exorcist 1. The third one was Exorcist 3. What was number 2 of the Blatty trilogy?
Number 2?
Yeah.
All right, wait. You said it weird right now. You said that number 3 was Exorcist 2.
Exorcist 3. 3 was Exorcist 3. 1 was Exorcist 1. What is 2? And I'll tell you, it's not Exorcist 2.
Is it Legacy?
You just said he was. I thought that's what you just said a minute ago. That's weird.
Is it Legacy?
No.
What is it?
The ninth configuration.
That's never been made into a movie, has it?
This is the movie.
Oh.
Can you
Was
read?
the
Can you read what that says?
A
It
cosmic
sums it
love
up for you.
story. Wow. How have I never heard of this?
There was an Exorcist 2 movie though, wasn't there?
Yeah, but he had nothing to do with it.
Right.
Stacy Keach, Scott Miller, or Scott
Wilson,
and Jason Miller. Utterly fucking brilliant movie.
You know, Scott Wilson did.
A
Scott
Few
Wilson
Good
did a movie
Men, all
with.
kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, but he's. You know what he starred in though, right?
The Walking Dead.
Well,
Commercial.
no, okay, no, earlier than that. What did he? I don't think. I think he got a Golden Globe nomination. Well, he was the guy who kills Great Gatsby in The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
But before that, in Cold Blood, he and Robert Blake were the killers.
Yeah. But this is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Mark,
you see the question, Bill?
Mark, we'll talk. Yeah. I really, to be honest, Mark, I won't know until it gets graded. 6.5 is what they said they think it is. Which,
Fuck
if it
you,
is,
what?
Well,
that's
that's
a
a
good thing.
six-figure comic, huh?
What's that?
Are you talking Amazing Fantasy 15, 6.5?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're a very rich boy all of a sudden.
Well, let's see.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Let's see. Thank you. Let's see what it comes back.
Crazy grade.
You know, and
Hey.
well, and but you know, the artwork could be the artwork freaked me out on what they told me about that. Like I have a Doug Wildey page from Jonah Hex, and they said don't be surprised if that doesn't go for 10K.
There you go.
Nice.
And the Bill Everett Submariner page, which I showed you guys on a previous cast, may go for 15.
But I
So
would have thought Amazing Fantasy 15.
But the AF-15 is the only comic I left with them.
In fact,
Bill,
I'm not even going to guess.
I'll give you a one-time offer. All those Golden Age comics I showed before, straight up trade. Your AF-15.
Too late now. I'm signing them up. I can't get them back until the auction. After the auction, and they start the auction at $1, so you never get it back.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but it's not sad. It's going to be good. But we met with the VP of the comic section. So, and tell you what, Dave, my buddy that took us in there or made the introductions, Dave sold or is selling the only Alex Ross Archie's cover that he's ever done. And it's it's weird looking because it's almost photorealistic, but it's fantastic. And if I'd known Dave had that, I would have traded him something for that before it went to auction. But we'll see what happens.
I need to get up to Chicago and do drinking draws with Hillary because Alex Ross hangs out. They sit and draw on bar napkins and get drunk. And I've had a standing invitation for 5 years.
Well, let's
Still haven't gone.
Let's go.
Oh, man.
Mark, what's the value on a 6.5 on Amazing Fantasy 15?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Here's for hire. You're. I mean, you might be wealthy in your mind, but
Hey, a couple of them Deadpool cards in there. He's got a few bucks.
Yeah, I'm not even sure they were.
Yeah, X-Force. Yeah.
There's a couple bucks in there, and the team card. That's kind of a good one too.
That is a huge result.
obviously to laugh with all of it. With the what was it? We
What are all the
figured.
notes you put on that one?
Oh man, there's so many. Right, this is what I wrote. Interior is amazing. 25 pence and K in pencil. Top corners, back cover. Stacking dirt, back cover. Tear to top and bottom of front cover. Bottom is 10 millimeters. Top is more of a 5 millimeter times 15 millimeter chunk missing plus scratches. 5 millimeter tear bottom back cover. And what I'm not writing about, because it's bloody obvious, is that there's a bookshop stamp on the front cover with 10D written in blue biro. And that's how that's the sort of,
So
my
to
grading
me,
notes how I arrived at that.
to me, that stamping and writing don't detract at all.
Yeah.
No, but they do, Bill. Because
No, and I do know that, but I'm just saying that wouldn't be a detraction for me.
for you personally, you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, but in terms of grading, you have to take account of it, and you have to, if it's not clearly visible in the photo, which it will be on the shop, then you have to really say it. I don't want
Hey.
anyone to buy one of my comics from my shop and be surprised.
Hey, Darren, switch the mutes on your thing. I think you sound better on the other one.
You're
come
cracking
through
up a
better
bit,
on the
yeah. A
other
little
one.
bit crackle on the.
Is
all of a
it
sudden.
the crackle one?
No, I heard a crackle when he was talking just then. He was cutting out a bit. I thought.
Yeah, he's cutting out a little bit on that one. He's when he's on the other one, he comes through loud and clear.
I've got a surprise when I bought one of the comics from your stall, Darren. Is your nude Polaroids are in the middle, and I was quite taken aback.
Nude Polaroids.
His nude Polaroids, yeah. He put
You
them,
found
slipped
some
them in the middle of
Polaroids?
comic books I bought from him. Yeah, shocking it was.
It shouldn't be shocking, man.
Polaroids?
We know he's a nudist.
Yeah, nude Polaroids of you. It's like, oh, Darren, what are these for?
Oh, some of my nudes that I left in there by accident.
Yeah.
Oh
No, that was for
then we
you,
see him
Gray.
start.
That was when I thought you
Then we
had
see you on the
and we needed
keyboard,
to
like,
cuddle up.
oh, they're not there
Hey,
anymore.
wait.
What are you talking about?
Are we showing off nude Polaroids? I can go get some of those. Do we
No,
want
you're
nude
right.
Polaroids?
You guys are freaking me out.
Excellent. Right, so this is my tip, right? Bill, these are my tips for you, okay? I'm going to commentate while I grade this, right? So,
Okay.
first of all, I'm on a clean, flat table. Right, there's no dirt on this table. I've cleaned it before I even start. So I'm picking up the comic and putting it down. Just inspect the front cover. But because I want to turn it over and look at all the pages, I'm just going to gently take the front cover and turn it. And the next thing I want to do, because I'm looking over there, I want to get to the back
white
cover.
gloves.
So no, there's not. No, gloves is not important. This is a $3 comic. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or a $10 comic or a $20 comic. It's not $1 million comic. You don't need gloves.
Yeah.
Right. So therefore, I'm going to the back cover. Look, front and back. There's 40p written there. But here's something that I consider important. I now want to count the pages and assess the inner pages. But before I start doing that, I'm going to drop the covers, look, so that I don't damage the covers while I'm counting the pages. Because when you bend a paper like this, that can create a little dink if you do that on the cover, or your hands create some sweat.
That's good advice.
Leave the covers away.
Yeah.
And then just count. And I'm inspecting here, I'm counting, and I'm looking for cuttings out, colorings in, loose staples, rusty staples, corner folds, or anything else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which should be halfway, and it is. At this point, check the staples, look good. Then go for the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. That's it. So I've caused the minimum of stress and damage to that comic while I did that.
Yes. Hey, who's the artist on that comic? Do you know? Does it say on the inside cover? It's not.
No.
Okay. It's really beautiful artwork. I'm just trying to figure out who it
It
is.
looks like a Raymond reprint.
It's. I don't think it is. It actually looks like Johnny Craig to me.
That's possible.
You know.
That is
Yeah.
very possible looking at her face.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going by too, Kyle. Now I'm gonna have to look all that stuff up.
Thought I saw a cutout then. That's Williamson. That's a little bit of surprise on Williamson there.
No,
On
it's
the
not
interior.
Williamson. Williamson only worked on the first issue, from what I
That's
understand. That
really nice.
that does not look like Williamson
Yeah,
at
that
all to
doesn't
me.
look like Williamson. That
No,
girl
that wasn't
didn't look like
Williamson.
Williamson.
But I understand why you thought that,
Ooh.
Mark.
Yeah.
But
Unique.
I'm pretty confident that's
Yeah,
not
there'd be
Williamson.
more lines on that woman's face if that was a Williamson.
You got any Mandrake
it would
in
look.
that
It would look
King
not
lot?
so much more lines,
Darren?
but they'd be more nuanced.
Nuance. Yeah, it looked more Adams
Sorry,
than
guys.
it would look that.
So you got any Mandrake the Magician in your King lot?
Yep.
In King, I don't think so, but there were some Mandrake magicians in stuff that Mark had previously got in his pile. There was like a Miller reprint.
Oh, there you know. I'm after the King run of Mandrake. Slowly but surely, I'll get it eventually.
Isn't Donald
You're
Duck
after
a
me,
Mandrake?
Great, all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's a good point.
What are you looking? What like this is like? I would normally say you're like horror and DC and stuff, and so this is outside the territory I'd call Greyland.
What's that?
I would normally have you down for DC horror.
Oh right, yeah. No, DC definitely, but there's an odd one or two that I suddenly like. I found a King like sold or someone said it on Facebook. So I bought a Mandrake issue, and it's like, well, I might as well try and get the others in the run now. So
All right.
yeah, there's a few odds and sods. I got
That
to
could be
pay
twice.
out again because I'm going back to watch the football again. Talk to you later, lads.
See you later. So also, I just noticed there's a staple pull on the cover, so that is no longer attached. So that
Splash
really
Page
hits
says, Darren, Yayu need gloves. I don't know who Yayu is, but
Yeah.
I kid.
I'd make Gray go mad. I had one of the Mandrake Kings that were the promotional ones, and I traded it to Metarog down in Florida.
Bill.
Yes.
I don't use gloves because they desensitize your fingers, and so while you can argue that they do some good in not letting your sweaty fingers or dirt on your fingers or whatever touch the comic, because they desensitize you, and you've got a layer of something over your fingers, so you're less sensitive. You can cause damage by wearing gloves because you can't feel the paper anymore.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. And
Do you see
I've
what I'm
never
saying?
used gloves, but everyone's telling me to do that now. But I've never done that.
If you're handling comics like Amazing Fantasy 15 and Fantastic Four 1 and stuff like that, and then I would say, yeah, it's not a bad idea to use gloves. These are huge value books, but I wouldn't bother on a lot of other stuff. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
For me,
I get that.
The potential is more damage caused by gloves than not having gloves. But what you must do is, as soon as you feel sweat on your fingers, or dirt, or gunk, or sticky on your fingers, go wash your hands every time.
And then come back and put your wet hands on the comic. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, and make sure that your hands are very dry before you come back down. No, go.
What happened? I did what Darren said.
I think
Splash
I've only
Page
owned
says
3
you
comics in
glove,
my
not
life I'd white glove.
Well, I don't
Oh,
think
that's a beauty.
Splash. I don't think Darren was saying wearing gloves gives you permanent damage. I think he's saying you're not going to feel the texture differences if you do that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think he was saying you were
Well,
going to have long-term damage to your hands from using gloves.
It just desensitizes your touch. You
Yeah,
have a more
just
subtle touch.
but that ends as soon as maybe it's some
Of course,
yeah.
Darren
Yeah,
has
Gray,
soft
that might be
hands. I
true
have
too.
callus on my hands that'll never go away.
yeah,
So it does me no
that's
good.
true. I have hands that do dishes.
And me, I've got blisters on my fingers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've got guitar calloused hands that'll never go away, and parts of them sewn back on.
And
so.
war worn hands.
Guitar and shrapnel.
Yeah.
They told me this hand by the time I was. They told me by the time I was 40, this hand was going to be like this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But there's nerve damage here.
Well, they lied.
It's
Those
no party
mofos.
trick I do, but I have severe nerve damage where
It's a party trick.
I basically don't feel anything in this pinky. So I had severe nerve damage done to that hand. But I still got use of it. Trying to change the world 2 gloves at a time. I tried rubber gloves, but putting them on one finger at a time is just kind of sloppy. You know, if I want tactile, they'd have to be ribbed.
And I tried. I'm sorry. You said rubber gloves. I had to say rubber biscuit. I don't know why.
Rubber biscuit. Bow, bow. Bombadita, 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 dita, dita.
Happy trails to you.
Speaking of things I planned on selling you anyway, Bill, you still want that Van Halen sash and that guitar pick?
Well, yeah, I thought you were just going to give those to me. No, of course
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. I'm kidding. I knew better than that. But if I buy enough from you, you may want to. But yeah, I will definitely do that.
Bombadita, 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 dita.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Purple haze to you. Keep smiling until then. Yes.
Who
Who
cares
cares
about
the
world
clouds when we're together, Kyle?
Just smile and think about happy
sunny
weather.
weather. Happy trails
Bombadita, bombadita, bombadita,
till we meet
bum,
again.
Now we scared everybody
Big
off.
Mike
Now
did
we have
smoke
no
this something
audience.
while I wasn't looking.
Yeah, now we have no viewers. I don't sing too bad. I got a little bit from my cousin. I'm not sure what, but. So I have to tell you guys, last Thursday, we had someone come into the relatively famous podcast is the main one we do down here. And that's with Chip White, who's Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune's little brother. And last week, and I was actually the first guest on the show. Yes, thank you. So you're a dork.
Bum.
Yeah, Bumbadita is not a bum note. But we had Clint Eastwood's daughter actually came to the store. She happened to be in San Antonio and did a live interview. You talk about a lovely human being. She and her husband were both great, and she could not be sweeter. And sadly, it sounds like from his family that Clint may be on his last leg. I mean, everybody kind of figured that, but
Well, yeah. Well, all those guys are like in their 90s now.
Well, he's 94 now.
Yeah.
So it's funny. I always thought he was way younger than my dad, but my dad would have been 95 right now. So he was only a year younger than my dad, which kind of blew me away a little bit.
Oh, and I want to remember talking about this when I get back. Did you know John Cassidy died last week?
Who?
John Cassidy?
The musician?
No,
John
the
Cassidy
X-Men
sounds like
artist.
X-Men.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I was thinking Jack Cassidy. Yeah, John
Yeah.
Cassidy.
Yeah, my mom let me know that. She's like, "Yeah, who's that artist that died?" And I'm like, "A lot of old ones are kicking." And it was
Yeah,
like,
so he was actually from Texas and friends with a lot of my friends. I didn't know him, but he was also he and I had a lot of similarities. He was in the television news business like I was, and when he was younger, and then decided to go full steam into comics. Yeah, he died of a brain aneurysm, I believe.
I thought it was a heart attack.
No, it was brain related, and I think it was a aneurysm. Yeah, just out of the blue. Well, he was 54, I think, 52 or 50, 51.
51.
Darren, you're 54, right?
53, I think.
Oh, okay. I wasn't trying to make you older. When's your birthday?
July.
Oh, okay.
I had to go
So
over and move this
you're
because
8
it had
years younger
propped
than
down.
me, and 6 years younger than Kyle.
This had propped down in front of where my wife would have parked, so I had to move my axe.
Yeah, you better move your axe,
This is my axe.
dumb axe.
This is my axe. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
This
That had a
is
tinkle.
my axe. Dun, dun, dun. Meanwhile, on the Splat cam. Now that almost looks like a Mike Grell cover in a weird way, but he wasn't working in the industry yet.
So now that I've started, this is a really good thing because I've started doing comics. I'm really into it now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because I kind of, when I get out of bed, I do something, and then I do that all day long until I go to sleep, and then I get out of bed the next day and I just carry on. So hopefully I can do like 3 months solid grading and bagging and boarding and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I need to do.
I gotcha.
Yeah, that Amazing Fantasy Bill. Wow, I'm just like, wow, 6.5 is just wow.
Well, but we won't know until it comes back. But the guy is a pretty good eyeballer, so I'm hoping.
Well, even if it's 5.5, it's there's a big difference in price between 5.5 and a 4.0, say.
Right.
So
right.
if you're in the 5.5, 6 or 6.5 range, that is massive.
Well, and I've been told my FF, and so I took some other books that I didn't leave with them that I wanted them to see because Dave said let them know what might be coming down the pike. So I did, and I'll tell you what, he thought my FF one was probably 2 grades higher than I thought it was, so that's a nice thing too. But that's probably something I'm going to keep until old age, just because I mean, to me, that should be the most expensive comic in the Marvel age because it's the first and it's the first Fantastic Four. But of course, you know, Spider-Man being as popular as he is, that's changed to AF-15.
It's all about supply and demand.
Yep. Well, and it's not it's not just that anymore. It's also about um, uh, media usage and acquisition and how
Yeah, but
well it's
that all feeds into demand.
right. No, that's what I'm saying. As part of it, yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that all those are the factors into the same thing. Actually,
Yeah, huge amount of factors. Huge amount
I've
of
got to
factors
take
in the
care of
demand.
something real quick, and I'll be right back.
Cool.
Are we still on Flash Gordon's?
No, we switched. Well, we were, but
Buster Brown. What issue number is that?
28.
All right, you got to keep an eye on them. There's some big artists in that, but
But this is already in somebody's pile. These are piles.
and that's a giveaway. There's no price on it. It was given away at that shoe store that's stamped on the front there.
Ah,
That tells you exactly where that comic book came from.
there's a stamp here as well. Dennis Brownridge. What's that?
Huh?
At the top here, there's a stamp. Dennis Brownridge. And here, brown shoe. I'm wondering if that the owner of the shop was called Dennis Brownridge, and the business might have been Brown Shoe. I don't know.
Yeah. What's the company name on the, or is that just an ad for the radio show?
Ah, yeah, look. This advert here is all about brown shoes. Buster Brown says.
Well, yeah, that's busted. But there's a particular shoe store. Is the bottom of the front cover, is that an ad for a radio show or a particular shoe store? What's that on the bottom? Yeah, there's where it came from. Elson Shoe Store in what?
Honolulu.
That comic book came from Honolulu, Hawaii.
2269 Honolulu. That must be the street name.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the shoe store that book came from.
Cool.
Yeah, that book will have shoe stores of all 50 states, or like not all 50 states, because Hawaii might not even been a state back then. If that's pre-1948, Hawaii wasn't even a state.
When I said yet. Honolulu, it's 2269 Honolulu. Is that a number and a street?
Yeah.
Right. So the street of Honolulu could have been in any US city.
Oh, it should tell the city right there on it.
And the city says Montrose.
Montrose?
Sounds like Canada, but.
That sounds like Canada, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the city's. I thought you were saying it was from Honolulu, but.
Initially, that's what I thought, but. Come on, camera, do your thing. Yeah, it doesn't want to focus.
I thought Montrose was in.
No, Montrose.
Or Montrose. Oh, that's California, Montrose.
Right.
That's California. So that's California. That book got shipped to California. But yeah, there could be stamps of that from Indiana all over the place. They'd print like 50 of them, ship them there, print 50, ship them here, print 50, ship them there. And then they'd stick them in the shops. And kids that bought shoes got free comic books.
So that is a promotional comic then, yeah?
Yep. And there are some pricey ones of those out there. That's got like early Al Williamson art in it and all kind of stuff in those. But those
is the story inside always the same when they just change the advert?
It's different every month. That's a different monthly book. It's really good.
Here we go. Look, the
really underrated. But granted, Buster Brown was one of the original comic book characters. Buster Brown was RF Alcott who created the Yellow Kid. And they're like in America, technically there aren't any that predate him, even though the Brownies do.
Right, Kyle, can
But-
you see this? I'm sure you will want to lay it out properly for you. Right, can you see there? Beautiful, thank you. Very right. Which way's the camera? Look at the brown, but on the edges of the brown, it's very white. What has caused that? Because that's a very strange shape with the clear distinction between the brown and the white.
Or Montrose, Colorado. That the way that looks,
That is-
that's foxing in reverse, is what that is.
Yeah, but
It's
look
like
how
that had
distinct the
stuff
edges.
sitting on it. That looks like that had stuff sitting on it.
And the back cover's got the same, but to a lesser degree. Look.
Somehow the middle was exposed and the sides weren't.
Yeah, but it's quite a weird thing. I've never seen
It's like
anything so
foxing in
clearly
reverse.
defined.
Yeah, I mean that you can almost see that just something was laid across the top of that, and it never got a dust shadow.
Like it was put in a photo frame or something, maybe.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah,
Ah, that would make sense.
something like that, or just stacked that way. That's like reverse foxing. But it'd be in the frame, but it wouldn't have the glass on it because there's all that foxing and dirt. Because usually that's exact opposite. You know, they're stacked and the edges are sticking out.
That's true. Is that a Buster Brown comic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buster Brown 28. Yeah, there's a great history. And you can get those dirt cheap. Like dirt cheap. Spectre.
Why is this important, Kyle?
Isn't that the relaunch of him?
Yep. You ever seen this one, Darren? Sure you
The
have.
Spectre, yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
first
and it
Silver
could be the
Age.
chemical thing, like Mark says, it's the like chemical stuff and the way it reacts and the printing and all that stuff. Because I mean, they shot those right out. You know, you're supposed to
Neil
You're
Adams.
supposed to print those, let them dry, then stack them, then do the thing. They just print that shit out so quick. They're like, these are giveaways. Just get them out of the thing.
Here's another one.
Neil.
Love that Neil cover.
Yeah, most of these are Neil covers. That's what's kind of crazy.
Donald Feet. That's Phoenix, Arizona, right?
Yeah, you know who this is?
I can't even see.
Phantom Stranger.
It's a Paro.
Oh, I was going to say Cardi. Does that say
No.
Phoenix on that last one, Mark? Or Mark, Darren?
So, the last one is
That's Cardi.
Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
The Royal Town. Okay.
Doylestown.
Yeah. Boylston.
They have to go in the other pile because they're too big to fit into these big boards.
Yeah.
You know who this is, don't you, Kyle?
Well, that's Neil, right?
No, it's Mike Kaluta.
Oh, okay.
One of his rare. This is, I think this is definitely Cardi.
Yeah.
This is a Paro again. I guess a Paro had taken over at this point, so they all seem to be a Paro.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love a run of those Buster Brown books and like have one issue from a different place.
This is definitely Neil.
I have serious memories of that because, like, when I was my grandson's age, I got all my shoes at Buster Brown.
I got all my shoes at Stride Right for some reason.
Oh shit! What issue number is that?
That one?
It'll be on the indicia.
Number 11.
Oh, you want issue number 4 of that? Why do you want issue number 4 of that, Bill?
First Mighty Crusaders.
Come on, you can do better than that, Bill.
Oh, is that Steranko?
Come on, Bill. You wrote the goddamn book on it, Bill.
Oh, first Neil Adams comic book artwork,
Superhero artwork.
superhero artwork.
He did
I
those
knew
2
that.
Archies. But yeah, Giordano let him in with Simon. He did kind
That's
of like
Neil
a splash
also.
piece.
This is very definitely Neil.
But yeah, what Fly 11, that's 1961, isn't it?
Yeah,
Cuz the
Neil.
Fly number 4 is 59.
Right.
So that book you're holding is a superhero that predates the Fantastic Four.
Just barely.
My guess would be the summer of 61. I don't know. If it wasn't monthly, then it wouldn't predate it. But if it was monthly, it'd be 60, actually.
No, Fly ran. Believe Fly was bi-monthly
Nah.
at that time. They may be the same freaking month. You never
Yeah.
know. The cover is by whoever also did the covers for Jaguar. You know, I actually liked some of the newer Mighty Crusader stuff they did recently.
Yeah. I
liked it a lot.
I thought all that Fly stuff was done by Simon, the covers.
Not all. It was
Batman Annual 1, isn't it?
No,
Or the relaunch Annual 1, whatever.
nothing like.
Oh,
Number 310.
I thought that was Batman Annual 1. God, I love that 15p.
that's the first Gentleman Ghost in a Batman tale, I think. Now, what number is that?
Oh, God damn it. I need that book. God damn it.
But it's probably in your pile, Kyle.
Oh,
That's why I'm
you're doing our
it.
piles. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I need that book. Why is that book significant?
First Squadron Sinister. First,
Yep.
not first multiversal. You know what the first multiversal comic was in Marvel?
Well, that had to be Fantastic Four. You can go negative.
Nope. Close. It's a member of it was in the story. It was Stranger Things. Strange Tales 103, which was Prisoner of the Fifth Dimension, was the story, and Johnny was in a parallel dimension to us, and I happen to have that in the collection.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that. That first Nighthawk. I mean, that's the first.
You still know where your Relampagos are? Kyle, do you still know where your Relampagos are?
Yeah, they're just sitting upstairs.
Okay.
Yep.
I sure want those.
That's on the Bill Gimme pile.
You're a sweetheart. Well, I'm also, before I sell to too many other people, I want you and I to have a private conversation about anything you wanted to get from me. I know you're getting rid of most everything, but if there's something you want to have even for a little bit, we'll work it out. But he told me my ASM one was probably in the 8 to 8.5 category.
What?
Yeah.
Man, that is awesome.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's right on these, because then another friend of mine who used to work with him, who I've been selling some of the stuff to, told me he's not always that accurate. However, I've heard 5 other people tell me he's super accurate. So
it sounds super duper optimistic.
It does. But
if they are, then they are.
And I sold I made a really good sale over the weekend also, on top of everything else. And I sold the Flash 104, 105 and 106, and the Showcase 4 and 22, and those weren't in great shape, but I feel like I did well. But so I'm already really happy with what I've made, what I've already gotten cash wise. I'm already pretty happy,
I bet you are.
you know. And it's kind of crazy though. It still seems so damn surrealistic to me. But
Bill, this is a
next time, huh?
once in a lifetime thing. This is very,
I
very,
think
very,
so.
very, very, very rare. Very
Yeah.
rare.
And what I think I'm gonna do next is I'm not gonna say it here on the air because it's private, but I'm gonna do the Darren plan and start
Yeah,
doing what
keep
you've
that
tutored me to do.
quiet, good man.
Huh?
Keep that quiet, good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But your tutelage has done well. Well, you know, I'm gonna tell you, I'm one of these guys that talks too much, kind of like Kyle,
Yeah,
and
but you gotta watch
you,
what you
but
say.
you have
Blue
totally made
flip,
me. You've totally,
sink
yes,
shift.
sink ship, and you've made me totally adhere to that. And Blanca even mentioned it the other day. She goes, "I'm so shocked that you didn't say more than you did this." I go, "No, Darren told me not to." So you're my mentor in so many ways, buddy.
Well, guys, I'm having fun, but I pretty much have to tap out because I'm starting to get woozy.
You okay though?
I'm just sore.
Really?
I
I'm
cleaned
sorry,
myself
bud.
up and did some stuff today, and I'm just
Well,
kind of sore and
it's
woozy.
3:30, and I'm fine staying on for a little while if Darren is, but you
I
know,
can stay a little bit longer,
okay.
I'm having
but I
fun
am
with it,
kind
but
of.
He's gonna make
I
his
don't know
date
whether this
wait
is.
at the restaurant. What's that?
I don't know whether this is of interest or not. What I'm doing here, but this is what I'm doing.
Cap 165. That was my first Captain America book.
That's probably also in your pile, Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. If it's not, I want it in my pile because I want as many pins copies as
It's
possible.
in somebody's pile.
All right, yeah. I'd love to stick around, guys, but I'm gonna go get me something to eat and
Hey,
just sit in
Kyle.
the rocking chair.
Kyle, peace out. Love you, pal.
Get with me.
Catch you
Love
later,
you guys.
Robert.
See you guys
Okay.
next week.
See ya.
Yeah, that's got like some piece of gunk on it down there, like a bogey.
God, it looks great except for that.
Yeah. Yeah, other than that, it's not bad. Although, can you see it's got a little bit of
Yeah.
curl? Yeah, you see the curl there. But that is not,
Yeah.
in my opinion, right? That is not spine roll. That is not spine roll. That is simply, it's been stacked like that and the spine's come round. But the spine roll is when it comes round and makes the front cover come way further out and the back cover further back. So you see all the pages rippling out there.
Yeah.
That's not spine roll. That if you keep that in a nice bag and board like that in a stack of comics,
Yeah.
1 year later that'll be flat again.
Very good.
Oh, did you ask Philip if he wanted those 2000 ADs?
Oh yeah, he well he wants to know the price, but yeah, he wants them.
Okay, well, right. So
He just wanted to know what your
here's
price
what we got to
was.
figure out, right? Yeah, I can't tell you a price until I know the start issue and the end issue of what he wants.
Oh, I think he wanted a complete run, or as much as you have. He wanted to start at 1, I think.
Right, but I can't do a complete run. But okay, I can start at number 1, and I think I've got a full set of everything up to about number 1600. But 2000 AD goes so much longer. I mean, I think it's like 3000 issues or something.
Holy crap! Okay, well, I'm gonna have to ask
So we're
him about that.
talking probably about. We're talking about a 60 kilo package, which is going to cost about $500 to ship.
He might be out just because of the postage. let me talk to him tonight and tell him what he's looking at, because he might just say, "Oh, I'm not going to afford that." But he wouldn't say it like that, folks. I'm not
Yeah.
mocking my boss, but he'd say it more like, "I'm not going to pay that." No, I'm kidding, Phil. You know, I love you. But yeah, he really does want them. I don't know if he realizes there's 3,000 copies, 3,000 issues. I personally thought it was closer to 1,500. But once he knows that, that might change his. But he really wants them,
No,
so.
no.
Huh? What were we saying?
Right. The way it works, Bill. Right. In 2000 AD, issue 1 and issue 2 are a couple of £100 each. Following that, you've got up to number 10. You're talking between 50 and £100, depending on the issue. After number 10, there's to up 10 up to 100. You're probably talking somewhere between 10 and £20 an issue, with the occasional one a bit more. And then after number 100, you're talking usually £2 or £3 an issue if it's in top grade, with the occasional key in there that might be 20 or 50 or even 100.
So are you going to hold on to this as a set, or would you be willing to sell him 1 to 100?
1 to 100.
Right. Or if he was willing
Yeah, I
to
could
pay
do
what you
1 to
want.
100, but if,
Okay. Okay. I can probably sell it to him like that. So yeah, let's go with that. And I'll let him know. But you know, I'm sure
right, so 1 to
you're
100. So issues 1 to 100, Bill, would probably cost something like £700, £800, something like that, from just rough math in my head.
for 1 through 100, about 700 pounds. Okay,
Roughly,
great.
yeah, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, let
Because
me let
remember,
him
the first
know.
two issues,
And I'll be honest
is
with you. If he
£400.
doesn't get them, for that price, I might get them, because I wouldn't mind having a run like that. So yeah, let me ask him first, and either way, I think you have a deal. So because
Okay, well,
I'm honestly in a big buying mood right now because of current events. So I definitely want to do right by you, because you're such a close friend and helped me so much. But I really want all this stuff too. So that's a twofer for me. So we'll make this happen and get some coin in the coffers, as they say. So
perfect.
but
Well, I reckon
have you been
it's going to
selling
take me.
anything lately at all?
Have I what, mate?
Have you been selling anything lately at all?
No,
Okay. Well,
I haven't sold anything for 8 months.
then good. Well, it should be easy peasy for selling to me, Gray, and Mark, and now Kyle. See, I'll be honest with you. I didn't realize the great stuff Kyle still had left. So
Yeah.
it's a lot easier for me to do what you and I have been talking about with Kyle. So I don't think that's going to be a problem now. So
Cool.
yeah. Yeah, and I always want to help Kyle any way I can, but
Cool.
I was also, so I don't remember. Do you remember what condition his 182 is in? Was it nice condition? The Hulk
Well, hold
182?
on. Because 182 is the issue after the key.
No, I thought that was the key. Or is it 181?
181.
Okay, I thought 181 was just the first appearance in the last panel. Okay, wait.
Maybe
I
I'm.
can. It's so funny is I'm standing right here. Hey, man, I'm standing right here.
Yeah,
With,
181
no,
is
but
the
look, I'm
Wolverine Hulk
standing right in
battle.
front of it and asking you. I'm an idiot,
So
but
Kyle does not have that.
He does not have that. He has
No,
180.
Kyle has number 180,
Well, I don't need
which
that.
is
I have
which
that.
180 genuinely is the first appearance of Wolverine, but in terms of valuation, it's nothing compared to 181.
Correct. Correct. No, you're right.
Awesome.
So I'm just for a second. This is my friend Kevin. Where are you? There you
Hey,
are.
Kevin.
Kevin's a cool cat. He's a youngster by our age range, but he collects some amazing stuff. So and he's one of our
A whole 340.
wow.
Aha.
Wow.
I brought this box for you to help me grade.
Sure, let's go. Let's go. And
Mint condition.
it is. Does it go that high now? 350?
That's what it was looking at.
Oh wow.
That's when posts like
I can't believe that's worth 350 now, but I got one in this collection I have, but
I think
so-
Deadpool and Wolverine helped out.
oh yeah, Deadpool Wolverine has definitely helped out, don't you think, Darren?
Well, yes, because there was about a 3-second scene in it, absolutely dedicated to that cover.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also well now, believe it or not, they're talking about next. Apparently now what's his face is willing to play Wolverine for a while longer because he's probably gotten a huge payday.
Till he's
So-
90.
So he's now on board to doing Hulk versus Hulk for.
Oh, shoot, Bill, I've lost you. I wonder if it's me who's lost you or you who's lost me. Huh. Well, let's see if you come back. Meanwhile, I'll carry on. Right, I see no bill. So I think I'm gonna end my connection. So to anyone who might be listening or watching, thank you very much for attending another week's madness on the Geeky Weekly Show. And good night from me, and it's good night from him.